sound device. So we hope this conference will come easily without technical problems. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Anita Novianti, and I will together you in the ceremonial opening this morning. So by saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, welcome to the 4th International Conference on Multidisciplinary Research 2021 Universitas Rambi Mekah. In this conference, we develop a theme, the importance of digital media for sustainable learning, research, and community services during the COVID-19 pandemic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we can see together by the screen that around 161 participants already joined by the Zoom room. Yeah, wait. I see, I think from Lembaga Layanan Pendidikan Tinggi, not yet joined with us here. And we hope we'll add other participants more. And for all of you who not yet joined the conference, please click the link and join with us here as soon. Right now, yeah, even from LLDT not yet joined with us, but still we say greetings. Firstly, for Lembaga Layanan Pendidikan Tinggi or LLDT Wilayah 13 Aceh, represented from Professor Dr. Faisal Arani SHM Hum, represented by Dr. Muhammad Ilham Maulana STMT. Welcome in our conference. And we say good things for the head of Serambi Mekah Development Foundation, Insinyur Teguh Iskandar Shah. Welcome in our conference. And we would thanks and welcome for the Rector of Universitas Serambi Mekah, Dr. Teguh Abdurrahman SHSPN. Welcome in our conference, and thank you for joining by the Zoom room this morning. And for all vice, let us join on this day. Insinyur Teguh Haji T. Makmur M.Sc. Ilyas M. Harun SAMM, and Dr. Hayati SAG MAG. Welcome for all of you. We also say greetings for all the invited in, and for all head of department, Universitas Serambi Mekah. As information for all here, this conference is organized by Research and Community Service Department, Universitas Serambi Mekah. So we would thanks and welcome for the head of Research and Community Service Department, Universitas Serambi Mekah, Bapak Muslim Daud PC. Welcome in our conference and thank you for arranging it. And very special thanks and welcome for all keynote speakers who join on this day. And our keynote speakers this morning are, firstly, Professor Madya Dr. Muhammad Isha bin Awang, Associate Professor in the School of Education and Modern Languages, College of Arts and Science, University Utara Malaysia. And the secondly is Dr. Xiao Chen Xiang, from Institute for Information Industry, Digital Education Institute, AI Training Section Manager, Taiwan. And the third, Professor Dr. N. Mani, Associate Professor and Head Department of Economics, Euro, Arts, and Science. The next, Professor Dr. N. Mani, Associate Professor and Head Department of Economics, Erod Arts and Science, College Rangampalayam, Erod, Tamil Nadu. And the next speaker is Insinyur Erdiwan Shah STMT, Engineering Faculty from Universitas Serambi Mekah. And the fifth, Dr. Muhammad Subhan Isa, a strategist and charter member of the Charter Institute of Logistics and Transport, CILT, Australia, a member of the International Association of Maritime Economics. Welcome for all of you, and thank you for sharing your knowledge to us. And lastly, don't forget for all participants who can, so we mention you one by one. Welcome in our conference, and thank you for joining by the Zoom room. And for our committee, thank you for arranging. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we come to the main session, let us hear reciting Al-Quran. May Allah give the blessing for the conference today. Gusti Rewandi, it is your time.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا قيل لكم تفسحوا في المجالس فافسحوا يفسح الله لكم وإذا قيل انشزوا فانشزوا يرفع الله فانشزوا يرفع الله الذين آمنوا منكم والذين أوتوا العلم درجات والله بما تعملون خبير والذين أوتوا العلم درجات والله بما تعملون خبير والله بما تعملون خبير صدق الله العظيم. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Gusti Relandi. As information for us, this time around 193 participants already joined by the Zoom room. Thank you. And the next session is singing of national anthem of Indonesia Raya, arranged by the committee. And for all participants, please sit straight up in your position. Mr. Munawir, take your time.
Tanah tumpah darahku, di sanalah aku berdiri, jadi mantu dikutuk. Indonesia kebangsaanku, bangsa dan tanah airku. Marilah kita bersatu, Indonesia bersatu. Hiduplah aku, hiduplah nantiku, bangsaku, rayaku, semuanya. Bangunlah dia, bangunlah padanya.
Thank you for the committee. And right now we're here welcoming remark by the conference chairperson, Miss Sabrina M. Appling M. Trans. We please you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nita. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, our honorable keynote speakers, distinguished guests, presenters, and participants. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to welcome all of you to the 4th International Conference on Multidisciplinary Research held by Universitas Serambi Mekah. I'm very pleased that this year we can hold an international conference again despite the unfortunate COVID-19 pandemic. Thanks to Allah, because of His blessing, grace, and mercies, we can attend this event together in excellent health and condition. I would also like to express my deepest appreciation to our honorable keynote speakers from 5 different countries. Sheikh Muhammad Subhan Ishaq from Saudi Arabia, Dr. Xiao Jianseng from Taiwan, Professor Dr. Muhammad Isha Awang from Malaysia, Dr. Anmani M.A. MPhil from India, and Insinyur Erdiwan Shah STMT from Universitas Serambi Mekah. I would also like to thank the head of LL Dikti Regional 13, Professor Faisal Rani, SHMU, the head of Serambi Mekah Development Foundation, Insinyur Teguh Iskandar Shah, Rector of Universitas Serambi Mekah, Dr. Teguh Abdul Rahman, SHSPN, Vice Rector 1, Insinyur Teguh Makmur MSE, Vice Rector 2, Ilyas M. Harun, SAMM, and Vice Rector 3, Dr. Hayati M.A. The Head of Research and Community Service Institute, Dr. Muslim Daud, the Deans and all Vice Deans of Universitas Serambi Mekah for their great support. I would also like to take this opportunity to immensely thank all of the committee members for their hard work, commitment, and dedication in organizing this conference. The theme of this year's conference is the importance of digital media to sustainable learning, research, and community services during the COVID-19 pandemic. As we know, the pandemic has created sudden changes and so many challenges in our lives. To survive, collaboration are highly needed and encouraged to address the challenges. Through this event, we attempt to connect researchers, scholars, and public from various disciplines, from various educational backgrounds, to allow idea exchanging and find solutions to the current problems. It is also with great pleasure that we announce we have received a number of interesting abstract and papers from various fields of study. I believe that everyone will take advantage of this event well to broaden their insight and gain knowledge as much as possible. Finally, I wish all the best to the speakers, presenters, participants, and committee members. Enjoy the conference and have a nice day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Ms. Sabrina. And the next welcoming remark by the Head of Research and Community Service Department, Universitas Rambi Mekah, Bapak Muslim Daud PSD. We please you.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa mawala. Honorable the head of LLDT Regional 13, the General Chairman of YPSM, Yayasan Pembangunan Serambi Mekah, Director and all Vice Directors of Universitas Serambi Mekah, the Dean and the head of institutes within USM, there are LPM, there are other laboratories institute, senior lecturers and researchers, the chair of ICMR committee and team members, the head of students association and all team members within Universitas Serambi Mekah, all presenters and participants of ICMR, and special respect, we are honored to have keynote speakers from different countries, from Saudi Arabia, Taiwan, India, Malaysia, and from Indonesia ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to welcome all of you to be our guests at this 4th International Conference on Multidisciplinary Research 2021 of Universitas Serambi Mekah. The international conference is part of our calendar activities of Research and Community Service Institute, LPPM, of this beloved university. In fact, there are other activities such as a national seminar that we did in last month, and currently we also are reviewing proposal for research and community services for junior lecturers and researchers of our university, and good proposal will be subsidized by an award, what we call Dr. Mr. Tuku Haji Muhammad Hassan Award. Hopefully, their research findings will be shared to us in the next ICMR next year. Ladies and gentlemen, for this year, as has been said by the chair of committee, that we are honored to have speakers from Saudi Arabia. There is Sheikh Muhammad Subhan Ishaq, PhD. I'm not really sure if he joined us already, because the time in Saudi Arabia right now is still subuh maybe. Hopefully a few hours later he will be with us. And Dr. Hasio Chen Theng from the Institute of Industry from Taiwan, my sister, usually we call Dr. Vivi. Hopefully she soon can join us. And just now she said that she has a meeting, but after that, she directly joined us. Thank you. And we have our fellows Professor Dr. Muhammad Isha Awang from University of Utara Malaysia. Terima kasih Pak Cik Guru, Tuan Guru Besar join with us. And we have Dr. N. Mani from Erode Arts Science College, India. And we also have Dr. Erdiwansha from our university, that is Universitas Serambi Mekah. Thanks for you all keynote speakers who join us and share with us today. We deeply appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank to all committee members for your hard work, time, effort, and in organizing this conference. Also, I would like to thank to the head of UPSM Foundation for this fully support to our ICMR today. Also, my appreciation to our partners for their contribution to this international event. DPRK Kota Banda Aceh, BTN Syariah Aceh, and BPR Syariah Hikmah Wakilah Aceh. Thank you for all your financial contribution. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, and it is very relevant to what we do today, that I would like to say Happy Teachers Day, 25th November 21. You are all teachers are our heroine and heroes. My God bless you and us all. Thank you very much. Enjoy this international conference. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Thank you, Bapak Muslim Daud PSD. And the next is welcoming remark by Director of Universitas Serambi Mekah, Bapak Dr. Teguh Abdul Rahman SH SPN. We please you, sir.
Welcoming speech from Rector of Universitas Serambi Mekah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the university, first of all, let me deliver our warmest welcome to all of you and extend our deepest appreciation to you attend today in the fourth international conference on multidisciplinary research of Universitas Serambi Mekah. It is an honor for Universitas Serambi Mekah to host another international conference on multidisciplinary research after successfully delivering the third one last year. It will also like to thank our 5 keynote speakers from 5 different countries, the organizing community, presenter, and participants who have joined us to share their insights and will enrich our perspective today. During this crisis and this fourth revolution industry, it is undeniable that technology has become essential and inseparable from our life. Digital media are highly needed in nearly all aspects of life during the pandemic to solve the unprecedented emerging problem. Needless to say, research development on the area is this critical on great breakthrough to improve the quality of life. That is why this year International Conference of USM take a theme, the importance of digital media for sustainable learning, research, and community service during the COVID-19 pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, research activities shall be among the thing that we never stop conducting because through research, we can find innovation to tackle the problem we are facing. Feedback from the public is also valuable for the improvement of research method. Resulting in more accurate research finding. Those in this opportunity, I would like to thank our presenter and keynote speaker who will share their finding, and to all participants who will share their perspective on the findings. I would also like to thank the organizing community for making this event happen. I sincerely hope that everyone gain as many benefits as possible, as well as expand their network through this event. Not only that, I also have a great hope that our research atmosphere and collaboration will be more energetic in the future. Thank you very much, Dr. Teguh Abdurrahman SHSPM, Rector of Universitas Serabi Mekah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Alright, thank you Bapak Dr. Teguh Abdurrahman, SHSPN, and for all participants, so a little bit technical programs. And right now we say welcome for Bapak Dr. Ilham Maulana STMJ, already in the Zoom room. Welcome in our conference, Pak. And directly, the next session is ceremonial opening by the head Lembaga Layanan Pendidikan Tinggi or LLDT Wilayah 13 Aceh, represented by Dr. Muhammad Ilham Maulana STMJ, and open this conference officially. We please you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Suara saya kedengaran ya? Oke, baik.
Dengar, Pak.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Rector of Serami Mekah and all of committee, all of participants. In this occasion, I, as a representative of LLDT Regional 13, would like express my deepest appreciation to Universitas Serabi Mekah for holding this international event. As we know, this is the fourth international conference held by USM after holding the first one in 2015, the second one in 2016, and the third one in 2020. All have the same goal, namely to connect our researcher, expert, and public to exchange valuable information for the good humankind, especially during this unprecedented hard time. As the world keeps changing, we humans also need to be adaptive and responsive to changes and challenges that continue to emerge. This event is such a proof that Universitas Serabi Mekah has a great concern about the current issue and is willing to contribute to finding the solution. Not only that, it can also be a great platform for like-minded people to network and ignite promising future collaboration. We, LLDT Regional 13, therefore highly support and appreciate this good intention. We genuinely hope that everyone can gain knowledge as much as possible from our honorable keynote speaker and presenter in this event. We also hope that Universitas Islami Mekah can continue to make this event in a regular agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, we hope conditions will get better in the future and we can meet face to face in Banda Aceh maybe and to hold a conference and we can discuss while enjoying a cup of Aceh Cafe together. Of course, I hope so like that, and we hope everything will continue better in the future. And on behalf of LDC Regional 13, I thus officially open this event by say Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Have pleasant day, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right, thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
Kak Ilham.
sir. And lastly, in our ceremonial moment is prayer for Gusti Rawandi. We please you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين اللهم احسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة واحسن أعمالنا واحسن نياتنا واحسن قلوبنا واحسن أخلاقنا واحسن معاشر بيننا يا رب العالمين اللهم اغفر لنا يا الله ذنوبنا ولوالدينا وارحمهما كما ربيانا صغيرا ولجدنا ولجداتنا ولأستاذنا ولأستاذتنا ولمعلمنا ولمشايخنا ولمن أحسن وأحب إلينا ولمن هدانا ودعانا لخير جميع المسلمين والمسلمات وتبع بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم اللهم إنا نسألك سلامة في الدين والدنيا والآخرة وزرة في العلم وبركة في الرزق وتوبة قبل الموت ورحمة عند الموت ومغفرة بعد الموت اللهم هون علينا في سكرات الموت والنجاة من النار والعفو عند الحساب يا رب العالمين اللهم انصرنا فإنك خير الناصرين وافتح لنا فإنك خير الفاتحين واغفر لنا فإنك خير الغافرين وارحمنا فإنك خير الراحمين وارزقنا فإنك خير الرازقين واهدنا ونجنا من القوم الظالمين اللهم ادفع عنا يا الله من البلاء والوباء والفحش والمنكر والسيوف المختلفة والشدائد والميان ما ظهر منها وما بطن من بلدنا هذا خاصة ومن بلدان المسلمين عامة إنك على كل شيء قدير ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you for Gusti Rwandi. And ladies and gentlemen, prayer is the last moment in our ceremonial opening this morning. Then the ceremonial opening is done. And let me remind you, please stay tuned in front of your camera because we'll go to the main session. We'll meet great keynote speakers soon, guided by Ms. Nyak Mutia Ismail as moderator. And finally, I'm as a host for today. I would like to apologize the mistake that I did. So I close with Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good job, Miss Anita. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for Miss Anita. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Nyak Mutia Ismail, and I'm going to be the moderator for today's panel session for keynote speakers. Today, as we have been informed, we have 5 keynote speakers from 5 different countries. The first one is Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Isha Awang. Welcome, Professor, from Educational Testing and Language Education, University Utara, Malaysia. And then secondly, we have the Sheikh Muhammad Subhan Ishaq, PhD from the Department of Ports and Maritime Transportation from King Abdul Aziz University, Saudi Arabia. And the third, we have Dr. Xiaoxin Seng from the Institute for Information Industry, Digital Education Institute AI Training Section, Section Manager, Taiwan. And fourth, we have Dr. N. Mani M.A. MPhil from the Department of Economics, Road Arts and Science College, Rangkampalayam, India. And the last one, we have Insinyur Erdiwan Shah, ST.MT from Faculty of Engineering, Universitas Serambi, Mekah, Indonesia. For all keynote speakers, thank you for coming to this session. We're honored to have distinguished speakers as you are in our conference. In this conference, we're all concerned about the theme, the importance of digital media for sustainable learning, research, and community services during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is an important topic, and this is an important event to us as it affects our sustainable learning, research, and community service. We are honored to create this panel to share what we know, to answer questions that we have on this topic, and to give insights on the importance of digital media in the pandemic era. This is all towards better advancements in the future for the integration of multidisciplinary research. So without further ado, I think we have already have Professor Isha here. So please welcome the first keynote speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Isha from Educational Testing and Language Education, University Utara, Malaysia.
Thank you very much, MC Miss Nyak Mutia. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Very good morning dan salam sejahtera. Selamat sejahtera semua. The Honorable Representative, the Head of Lembaga Layanan Pendidikan Tinggi, Dr. Ilham, Director Universitas Serambi Mekah, Dr. Tiku Abdul Rahman, Head of Research and Community Service, Dr. Muslim, Chairperson of the conference, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I take this opportunity to congratulate the Secretariat for successfully organizing the conference today. I would also to thanks for inviting me to present for today. The topic I will present today is digitalization of learning assessment. Okay, let me share my slide first. Okay, my presentation will be based on the following aspects: introduction, digital technology in learning assessment, challenges of using digital technology in learning, digital literacy level among teachers in Malaysia, how to improve digital literacy among educators, and lastly is conclusion. Okay, right now, technological advance have permitted into every aspect of our life through a number of digitally patterned necessity. The digital world offers tremendous benefit to all of us, which provide a platform that allow humans to connect and collaborate. In addition, it's also open up opportunities for us to gain new and important insights, as well as empower innovation in meeting current needs. In the context of education, digitalization in education is not a new concept, although long discussed. Digitally, technology-based teaching and learning methods are still exclusive among certain groups, such as experts in science and technology. But the COVID-19 pandemic that has hit the whole world has enabled every educational institution to undertake significant effort in improving the facilities and quality of digital learning. Digitalization of, or often referred to as digital transformation, can be defined as the ability to transform various aspects and process of education into digital form. The process of digitalization will have in diverse impact on the world of education, especially changes in organization and transformative leadership. Digitalization is believed to be one of the predictable and suitable answer to face education in future. However, in reality, most teaching and learning activities at the moment still prioritize face-to-face methods, where lecturer or teachers are still the main source of knowledge provider. Not everyone is proficient in the use of technology. Most of the lecturers or teachers, especially the elderly, are lacking in skill related to digital use. Assessment is a very important in the teaching and learning process. It provides evidence that shows student progress and understanding of learning topics. Generally, assessment is divided into two, namely formative assessment and summative assessment. These two types of assessment have different purpose and need to be carried out in teaching and learning activities, while assessment integrated with technology can offer several alternatives and coordinate to provide better impact in providing feedback, such as using summative assessment for formative purpose. The use of digital technology in implementing both types of assessment has the potential to support change in assessment innovation and development, particularly in addressing the risks and complexities of various changes based on specific objectives. Digital technology can offer more potential for formative assessment that is less risky than summative assessment. The use of digital technology in summative assessment is somewhat difficult due to change toward standardized assessment and some other constraints. Some of the contribution of digital technology in assessment of learning are provide immediate feedback. The digital technology enable real-time feedback shown by student and teacher to identify student problem and reduce misunderstanding quickly. Second is potential enhanced student-centered learning. Digital technology allow supporting self-response to tasks and in turn facilitates self-assessment and control learning through a variety of evidence, immediate and formative feedback, better tracking of progress to learning outcomes. In this context, data visualization is highly relevant. Third is collaborative learning support. Digital technology provides an opportunity to a more comprehensive implementation of peer assessment. Students are able to carry out activities and knowledge sharing and subsequently perform assessment together with each other. This situation enhances social interaction between students. Fourth is provided genuine information. Students can present challenging problems and ways to assess complex skills such as problem-solving skill, decision-making, and hypothesis testing. This situation provides clear and genuine information about student mastery of skills and are able to predict future achievement and subsequent educational need. To expand the measurement range, through the ability to create and visualize complex data set and model that consider multiple factors, digital technology can measure multi-facet skills simultaneously, involving set of knowledge and cognitive skill process that were previously difficult to access. For example, simulation activity can instantaneously measure computer technical skill, decision-making process, and strategy planning by student. Flexible and appropriate responsible. Digitally, digital technology also provide choice to approach, formatting, timing of assessment by student. Student can assess or perform assessment at a time and place of their own choosing without restriction. In addition, digital tools such as simulation provide a variety of modalities that are more easy accessible than textbook-based tests, increase efficiency, and reduce teacher workloads. Administratively friendly, it has potential to improve the efficiency of data management such as tagging, moderating, and storing information, and helps teachers to use time and resources better. To improve student performance. The finding of studies show that digital assessment facilities e-feedback and such as can improve student performance quickly and encourage better student engagement. And integrate formative and summative assessment. Summative assessment tend to be retrospective, as the assessment test previously acquire knowledge in learning without leaving opportunities to continuous learning. This is because summative assessment is implemented at the end of the semester or school term. Digital technology can aid assessment activity by integrating assessment and instruction, such as in an immersive learning environment or monitoring how students to solve problems using computer and providing immediate feedback. Improve the validity and reliability of assessment. Digital assessment can help track the validity of assessment through the use of multimedia rather than simply based on textbook. Additionally, it can provide an increase in scoring reliability and a robust data set of more in-depth analysis. Now we go to challenges of using digital technology in learning. The implementation of digital assessment face various challenges in parallel with the challenges in digital learning activities. Many students state that they are now free to use Web 2.0 to find additional information during classes. This could not have been done before because the act of referring to the phone while teacher was teaching was considered impolite. The learning process is seen as a lonely process when they have to be more independent in order to understand the knowledge imparts. The student-teacher relation seems to disappear behind a computer screen or smartphone. In addition, some students find it is easier to hide behind a computer screen by turning off video and audio function, which makes it difficult for teacher to really monitor its students' progress and understanding. Further, students also feel loss of support from peers in learning process. For students who are still in early adulthood, the influence of peer is important to encourage them to work harder in seeking knowledge. The absence of element of human touch makes students struggle while going against the current of new norm in seeking knowledge. Sometimes teachers question in online learning assessment sessions are often followed by momentary silence to wait for students to turn on the video as well as audio function before answering the question posed by the teacher. Through digital learning, this spontaneous inquiry element in classroom has been replaced with a screen display of student sufficient profile to instruction students to turn on video and audio function is also quite difficult as the learning session will be disrupted, especially students who have a weak internet network. Eventually, the educators have to continue the teaching session without really knowing what is the going on behind the computer screen. Certainly, interaction between teachers and students need to be explored for the improvement of the online learning assessment process. The authorities need to introduce more initiatives that can address current issues on this matter. The new norm have now become a current reality, and we need to keep moving forward and ensure the learning process takes place efficiently and conduct conducive atmosphere. When we talking about digitalization in learning assessment, then it's closely related to the level of digital literacy. The following are general findings on the level of digital literacy among teachers in Malaysia. The success of implementing digital assessment depends on the level of literacy among teachers themselves. If the level digital literacy of teachers is at the high level, it is likely the digital assessment can also be implemented as efficient as possible. Table show that generally the level of teacher literacy in Malaysia was at a high level, whereby the finding of initial study found that the literacy level sorry, the problem with my where I can network. Okay. Younger teachers show high level of literacy than older teachers. This is also in line with findings that show experienced teachers have lower level of digital literacy than teachers who have just started service. This could be due to the fact that teachers who have just started the service are the younger generation who have been exposed to aspects of technology compared to older and experienced teachers. How to improve digital literacy among educators? In order to face challenges of digitalization in the assessment of learning, several things should be given deliberation by all parties involved. Some suggestions that should be considered are followed. Okay. Firstly, collaborate with colleges. They conduct audit among teachers to find out who have implemented digital literacy as part of their teaching. Some of collaborative planning shown can enhance learning across the curriculum and maximize resources across borders, as well as foster collaboration and trust among teachers. Secondly, focus on the curriculum. It is acknowledged that teachers may be frustrated with something related to digital world coupled with an already busy teaching schedule. But digital literacy does not exist in isolation. Context is the key, and best the way to teach digital literacy is to know what is the mean to a particular discipline. For example, English teacher can be used block and to advance digital literacy, while history teacher can present their classes with a real world problem and encourage students to use their computer skill to create solution. Create a modern classroom. New pedagogical methods such as collaborating learning, student-centered learning, and flipped classroom are becoming increasingly popular in line with the development of educational technology. Technological development helps teachers apply deep evidence-based learning This situation support digital literacy. Make your digital make your lesson digital. It is difficult to teach students about what is needed in the online world without the use of digital tools. Therefore, teachers themselves must delve into the digital world. Teachers should consider using active panel and free educational software such as ClassFlow, Google Classroom, and Zoom to help students engage in the art of online learning. Create a digital ambassador. In any school, there will be digital innovators. Leverage their passion and knowledge by creating digital literacy focus groups to help drive and inspire change while raising awareness of digital literacy throughout the school. Involvement of educators. Teachers lack time, so many educational institutions should the responsibility of educating students about digital literacy because of concern about the technical abilities of their own staff. Establish interaction between teachers at the beginning of the process to find out what they need in order to teach using digital technology. Involvement of students. Build smart partnership between strong and productive student teachers to help develop school digital environment in ways that are meaningful to them. Encourage more senior students to express their view on the meaning of digital literacy and the skills they need to live, work, and study in online world. For conclusion, finally, when digital technology has taken over all aspects of life, the field of education is not spared and no exception to receive the consequences. The world of education needs to accept the changes that are taking place and move in line with the development of current demands. Several things should be considered in ensuring that digital assessment of learning is sustainable among them. So please promote new assessment practice based on learning principles and theories. This involve the integration of relevant and up-to-date understanding of learning, in particularly the role of feedback and assessment into principle and then practice. It requires more through understanding of what constitutes effective feedback. If the core goal of education is to enhance learning, we should use assessment practices based on principles developed alongside sound and valid research. Foster new assessment tools that reflect pedagogical principles. There is an acknowledged need to develop pedagogical-based model of e-assessment that allow students to take control of their own learning and become more reflective. This aligns with a growing understanding of the importance of self-directed learning and peer assessment. Build new feedback. Technology-enhanced assessment may prove more difficult to introduce in the context of summative assessment such as external public examination. However, the potential for greater efficiency and effectiveness in this context is important for the immediate application of e-assessment and the implementation of study related to the development of digital. I think time is over, so I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much for listening and watching me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Professor Dr. Isha Awang from University Malaysia. For participants, if you have questions, you can type your questions in the chat box, and we will have the question and answer session at the end of all of the keynote speakers. So please type your questions in the chat box, and also refers to the speakers. If you have Dr. Isha, if you want to ask to Dr. Isha, and then type a question from Dr. Isha. Okay, because I saw one of the participants raised hand. If you have questions, please type your questions in your chat box. All right. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Isha from University Utara Malaysia.
Welcome. Thank you very much.
Okay, now let's go on to the next keynote speaker. We already have Dr. Xiaoxin Zheng from the Institute for Information Industry 3, Digital Education Institute AI Training Section Manager, Taiwan. Dr. Xiaoxian Zheng, you have 15 minutes. Now, please, the time is yours. Excuse me, Dr. Zheng, we cannot hear you.
How about now? How about now?
Okay, it's clear enough already, and we can see your picture too. Your video, I mean.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So
You can go on.
can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes, we can see your PowerPoint very clear now.
Okay. Today I want to share the AI goal, cultivating AI talent using real world industrial problems. And I am Xiaoqian Zheng. You can call me Zheng. I want to share is about the impact of artificial intelligence. So it can creating industry business opportunities. From the McKinsey, their research say AI will bring more challenge than industry revolution. And from IDC and the PwC, they also say AI will become the world's largest source of business opportunity. So AI will contribute about 15 trillion to the world in incoming by 2030. And the global artificial intelligence market is growing rapidly. So we can see it will criticize the global intelligence approach with double speed growth every year from 2017 to 2022. You can see the growth of the global market forecast. And here is the artificial intelligence technology evolution. So we can see before it first wave, we put human thinking logic in the computer. So at that time, 1950, we say that it's symbolic logic. And at the second wave, we put the human knowledge into the computer, and we call that is expert system. So from now, we put all people size in the computer, and we use machine learning. And because the storage capability improvement and the data or algorithm breakthrough and the hard device performance advancement. So we from expert system to the machine learning, and right now we use deep learning to focus and replace the human being. So you can see the AI is from 1914 to right now is very intensive. I prepare a video is talking about what is AI. So
I am a creator. Blending art and technology. to immerse our senses. I am a healer, helping us take the next step and see what's possible. I am a pioneer, finding life-saving answers. And pushing the edge to the outer limits. I am a guardian, defending our oceans. And magnificent creatures that call them home. I am a protector, helping the earth breathe easier. And watching over it for generations to come. I am a storyteller, giving emotion to words and bringing them to life. I am even the composer of the music. I am AI, brought to life by NVIDIA.
So as you can see, AI technology assists and replaces human perception and decision-making capabilities. So AI technology mainly assists or remains some humans' position ability, like they can replace your eyes with computer vision, replace your ear with the speech recognition or natural language processing, or replace your nose with the electronic nose. So here I want to share this is about the extension of artificial intelligence technologies. The value below is the technology category in the number of subtasks in the paper switch code. So you can see in AI's field, they put most in the computer vision and the next in the natural language processing. And you can see also many subtasks in the AI field. So here I want to share the project in Taiwan is how we use AI to encourage the industry. So we put a challenge from the industry and we solution from the talents. So we cultivate the AI application talents by solving real world problems in the industry. So we have we bringing 2022 enterprise in Taiwan's industry, and they bring their AI transformation issues. So we do matchmaking with the talents or new startup, and we encourage 4,083 teams to register for the problem solving teams. And we also create about 269 AI solutions. So you can see AI is everywhere. We put it in the smart manufacture. Also, we have most use case in the consumer retail and the medical health care. So we also have a lot of use case in many fields like information service or smart education, security monitoring. So here I want to share some use case with you guys. The first case is in the medical. We use AI to detect the non-image recognition. So in the pain point of the medical is about the data is huge. Each patient you perform a CT scan will produce about 100 to 500 graphic images. But the diagnosis is not easy. You can see the picture. Here is the normal soft tissue, but the early lung cancer is almost similar to a normal soft tissue, and it's very small to hard to detect. So we use AI to classification the lung nodules with the 5-layer 3D CNN algorithm, and we have the about 99% accuracy. So we also do the position prediction, not only in the X and Y axis. When we only take X and Y axis is about 98 accuracy. But we also put the deep Z axis is about 1975 axis. So it's very, very accurate. So the outcome is improve the diagnosis efficiency. About before AI, a doctor diagnoses 20 patients with CT images will take more than 210 minutes. But with AI, it only takes about 2 minutes to complete the AI interpretation and reduce the misdiagnosis rate of the lung cancer. And the second use case want to share with you guys is the smart manufacturing. So in AOI image product defect detection, usually it will take high personal cost and unstable accuracy and low efficiency. Because in this use case, it was to detect the lens, and traditional AOI cameras will reflect lights. So it will result in a high false alert rate. Although South Korea has a AOI machine, but the cost is high. So we want to develop making a grayscale convolution using CNN model to identification. So you can see the left picture, it weighs more than 10 dust over many defects, but use your eyes, you cannot see it. But when you use AI, it will tell you about here is the dust or the blank shines. So the outcome is the solution takes the company bringing about 10 million commercial benefits, and also it increased the streaming by about 5% and save the 90% production lines. And this case is about the consumer retail. I don't know in your country, if you want to buy an apple, you go to a supermarket, and how do you know the apple is sweet or not sweet? So in our country, we will take the apple and use your finger and to hear the sound, if the sound is like crispy, or that is the apple is sweet, but it will close the fruit, and then the market will sell the bad fruit, and fluid will go bad too. So use AI, we can use image recognition. So you take your cell phone and the camera will tell you the apple is sweet or not sweet. And the recognition of the sweetness is about 81%. And the outcome is in Taiwan, we have a Fengkang market. They also use this in their Fengkang Asian Go. And it can bring in some interesting for their customer. And also we will reduce food waste. And the last use case is about the security monitoring. You can see if we want to know if there are anyone people across the world, they will like to know alert, but sometimes it's not people, it's cat or dog. Then we don't want to send someone to take care of that thing. So we use AI to focus on detection of people and emotions. So it will reduce false alerts and improve the efficiency of security. So I say a lot of AI investment bringing our life is easy, but sometimes simple is best. That is why I want to share you this video. Is called about maybe sometimes technology not bring.
Calendar. No meetings today. Remember, dentist at 9:30. Fire off. Fire off. Open door. Door open. And we're gonna do one more. Open door. Wrong voice command. Open door. Wrong voice command. Open. Open door. Repeat that. Open door. I didn't understand that. Hey, open door. Play on the floor. Sit on the floor. Open the door. Open the door. Error. Hey, open door.
So sometimes technology will bring you trouble. So try to use it smartly. So if you want to know more about AI Go, you can go on with our website. It's aigo.org.tw. And thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Feng. That's a very interesting presentation and providing us with new insights. Okay, participants, if you have a question, kalau ada pertanyaan, boleh ditanyakan via chat box dan kepada siapa. Okay, and then let's go on to the next keynote speakers. I think we already have Sheikh Muhammad Subhan Ishaq, PhD, from Department Ports of Maritime Transportation. Sheikh Muhammad Subhan Ishaq, are you already here? Sheikh Muhammad Subhan Ishaq, we cannot hear you. Are you already here?
Yes. I couldn't open my microphone just now because it is muted by the committee.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So, audiences, please welcome Sheikh Muhammad Subhan Ishaq, PhD from the Department of Ports and Maritime Transportation from King Abdulaziz University, Saudi Arabia. Sheikh Muhammad Subhan Ishaq, the time is yours.
Thank you, Madam Chairpersons. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. First of all, I would like to appreciate the organizing committee for having this great event this morning. And I would like to say a very good morning to all of you. My background is something from logistic, maritime, transportations. But today, our conference is something related to the use of digital media for everything in life. So I'm trying to give you something related to the use of digital media, especially the smart applications in Saudi Arabia during the COVID-19. So I don't know whether I need to share my slide or the committee already have my slide. I will be very short.
I think it is better if you can share the slide, sir.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I couldn't see the slide sharing buttons. Can someone help? Okay.
Okay, hold on, sir. I think we have already got your slideshows here and we're trying to show it.
Okay, that's good.
Mr. Sheikh Subhan, what time is in Saudi Arabia right now, by the way?
Okay, now is exactly 6:16, which is
it's subuh, yeah, subuh.
Yes, we just finished Fajr prayer, so it's still dark here.
شكرا جزيلا لك في وقت الصبح تقوم وتأخذ with presentation to us. ما شاء الله.
Thank you, Dr. Muslim. كلكم صباحكم خير إن شاء الله.
نعم صباح الخير وصباح النور هناك.
شكرا دكتور مسلم.
نعم وعندنا الآن العاشرة 10:17 actually.
ما شاء الله مؤتمر
الحمد لله 206 participant الآن.
ما شاء الله مبروك إن شاء الله.
مبروك. ومعنا أيضا دكتور محمد إلهام from LLDT Regional 13 where LLDT is our supervisor as a private university in Aceh. Syukran, Pak Muhammad Ilham, you still with us.
Masya Allah.
Ready? Pak Munawir? Okay. Yes, sure.
Okay, my sharing will be very short, and inshallah it takes only 5 minutes. And if you have questions, I would be happy to have a question from the floor.
Belum masuk ya? ICMR 2021. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, syukran. Al-waqt lak ya Sheikh. The time is yours.
Afwan. Shukran lak. Bismillah. So I'm trying to share what we have observed in Saudi Arabia during the pandemics 2020 and 2021. So how they use the mobile applications in managing social activities, including the religious activities in Saudi Arabia. Can we go to the next slide? So can I move this one by myself? Okay. So as you know, the breakout started in China, in Wuhan city, which is the end of 2019, right? But Saudi Arabia detected the first case of coronavirus infections only in 2nd of March. So it means that it almost 3 months after the first breakout in China. So as you know, the position of Saudi Arabia is very, very critical to the place to be the epidemic of any virus spread. Just because we have Masjid al-Harams and Masjid Nabawi, where you see a million of people will come to the country just to visit the two holy cities. And the pilgrims or Jama'ah coming from 200 countries or even more, all part from all part of the world. So it's going to be very difficult if the kingdom cannot manage the COVID-19 at the beginning of the first case. So only one person here detected, because these persons, after investigations, so the authority get to know this person coming from Iran, okay, via the Kingdom of Bahrain. So this Saudi people get infected in Iran, according to the investigations, but he came through the country through the Kingdom of Bahrain. So, and then just like other countries, they start to secure and start to reassure everyone that the case is currently isolated. Okay, brought this person to the hospital and then receive necessary health services according to medical procedures. So they put this person in hospital with a very strict isolations, and then all the persons were in close contact with this person has been identified and samples to examine by the Saudi authority whether they are affected or not. So this is very important first step to stop the spread of the virus. So as you know, some of the countries, they missed the first case where the spread become uncontrollable. So the ministry called everyone, okay, call everyone, inform everyone. This is the first digital actions related to the management of COVID-19 in the country, in Saudi Arabia. So just after that, the ministry put the call center, which is 97937 for any persons in case they have anything related to the COVID-19. So whether they have the questions on coronavirus, or they want to report something, or they want to clarify something, they should call only one number, which is 937, so that the people, this is very important. So because we are managing the informations, and if information is something uncontrollable, so you can see what happens. People will understand from their own perspective, and this is very dangerous for the country. So by having this one call center or service center, so people is obtaining information from official sources and avoiding listening to rumors. So I think this is very crucial as the first one. Okay, the maps here is just showing you how the position of Saudi Arabia to Wuhan city, which is basically very far away. But as you know, we are living in today's times, so everything just like next or behind your door. So the spread of the COVID-19 is very fast and quick. So just like I think position Indonesian and Saudi Arabia position more or less is the same to the location of the first breakout in Wuhan city. Okay, next ones. Okay, this is the statistic of daily cases. As you can see, all the countries experience this bad cases at early stage of COVID-19, and including Saudi Arabia, we are experiencing still now we still have daily cases, but we had experienced a very critical situations in our first stage of COVID-19, where you can see from only 4 people, okay, 4 people, and then suddenly it's increased to close to 5,000 affected people in one day, just in one day. So this is the average daily cases. So, and then we managed to get down, okay, only in a few months, and then we get stable, right? We get stable until at at one period of time, we still having just a small disturbance. Okay, as you can see, the cases increase again, but the government is very strict on this period of time. They start implementing many mobile application or smart applications to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Okay, I would like also to share with you the use of vaccinations in the country. Okay, as you can see, Saudi Arabia also one of the most serious country to implement the vaccine to the people. As you can see, until now, we reach almost 70% for fully vaccinated. And we already reached more than 70%, or I think now it's close to 75% of people getting the first dose of the vaccine. So even today, the government start to using the third dose, which is what they call is the booster, right? Is a booster, another ones. So every when you get the second dose more than 6 months, so you are entitled to get the next vaccine or the third vaccine for you and your family. So all the vaccine provided free of charge to the people and the resident of the country. So the place of vaccination, you can go to everywhere, okay, to public hospital, private hospital, and university hospital. They provide with the vaccines COVID-19. Okay, now I take this one from one of the study. This is also from one of the lecturer, faculty member from Saudi Arabia. So they studied on how, what kind of features they use in the mobile applications to control or to fight COVID-19. As you can see, commonly the smart applications consist of monitoring features. So smart application can monitor the situations and also can trace the contact person. For example, if you are very close to one another, if one person's positively affected and the other person, if they use the Bluetooth applications, right, they activate the Bluetooth and the smart system can tell you that you are closing a positive persons, right? Affected person. So the mobile can alert you to move away from that location. Okay, the same thing to the next feature is the cluster identification. This is for the government to make decisions. And then also the application used to optimize the system of quarantines and also telemedicine, consultation, counselings, and so on. So a lot of more. I would like to share with you in the next slide. Okay, some of the smart application used in Saudi Arabia. So basically, and mainly we have only 4 smart application providers in Saudi Arabia. The first one is the Ministry of Health, and even you see this is the big ministry in COVID-19, but their application is not more famous than the other providers. Okay, we have Lean Business Services is the company which is the government link company or GLC. Okay, Lean is a private. Basically, it's not a public one; it's a private. But they provide 2 most influence, most important or critical applications to the people to fight the COVID-19, which is Sehati and Tataman. Okay, Tataman, right? Okay, the next one, the next provider is National Information Center, NIC. Okay, this is based on the artificial intelligence. Just now we listened to Dr. Xiao Xian. She presented on artificial intelligence used in our life. So the apps also use the artificial intelligence. For example, in here, the NIC created Tawakkalna and Tabaut as the smart applications to control the things. And last one is the Ministry of Hajj. Okay, this is very related to religious activities. For example, how to get permits to pray in Masjid al-Haram, in Masjid Nabawi, how to get the permits to perform Umrah, and how to get permit to do some of religious activities. So this can be applied through Marna, which is the applications created or controlled by Ministry of Hajj and Umrah. Okay, I would like to share with you only a few of the applications because of the time. Okay, I would like to start with Marna because this is very interesting to many Muslims, especially all around the globe. So how people manage to use, or how people manage to do Umrah or pray at the Holy Mosque during the COVID-19. Okay, we have the application name as Marna, issued by Ministry of Hajj, and every single permit. For example, I want to perform Umrah. Okay, for Umrah you have to apply the permit. Without the permit, you cannot enter the holy city of Makkah. Okay, so you need to apply through Marna applications if you want to do Umrah. And then this application will give you the barcodes. Okay, they will give you the barcodes, and this barcode will be scanned. Okay, will be scanned by the governments. Okay, by the inspection officer in Makkah city, and then if your barcode is valid, and you can proceed. If the barcode is not valid, and then they cannot allow you to enter the Masjid al-Haram. Okay, and then for Masjid al-Haram also, every single person want to pray. It's not free. You can come anytime to the masjid, but you have to get the permit. Okay, you have to get the permissions in order to enter the masjid, and masjid can be entered only during the 5 time prayers, only 5 time prayers, or you can enter the masjid anytime for the Umrah. But both activities you need to get the permission. And also you use this one to have a visit. For example, you want to go to Medina to visit the Raudah, right? To pray at the Raudah. You also have to apply through this one. And also to visit the Maqam Rasul, you have to apply for this. Okay, and including in Marna is how people can use this application to book the transportation. So the transportation, for example, you don't have to touch anything, right? So everything by your mobile phones. By using mobile phone, you can pay for the bus transportations, and then you just need to show to the driver that you have the barcodes, okay? And they just let you get in when you have the valid barcode. Okay, the next one, Sehati. Okay, as I told you, Sehati is another application. This is everything related to health. Okay, everything related to health. Basically, we have some similar applications, but Sehati become very famous in Saudi Arabia. And Sehati is a product of business, as you know, it's a private ones. So in Sehati, it shows your status of health, whether you already get the vaccines, how many vaccine you get, what is your status, whether you have the history of affected COVID-19, and everything by the color. For example, they have the green color. Dark green color means you are immune, so you already get full vaccinated. And if you have the light greens, so it means you don't have any infections, right? And for example, when you come to Saudi and you have Sehati, right? Okay, you can see different color. And booking COVID-19 vaccine. So people want to book for the vaccines. They can use the applications, and also the clinic center or the medical center. They just check the applications and the barcode to make sure that the person is already registered in the system. Okay, the next one or the last one is the Tawakkalna applications. Okay, this is truly the most famous, okay, the most important application in Saudi Arabia for the last few months, and it will remains, okay, Tawakkalna application, it will remains to be the #1 applications in the country. So this is simply because this application is connected to many other systems. Even the one I mentioned at the Marna applications. So almost all the function of Marna application can be done through Tawakkalna application. And also Sehati features also available in Tawakkalna application. So for example, as you can see here, showing status of COVID-19, the same thing as you can see in Sehati applications, and to apply for permit or pass to access many premises. Okay, for Marna only for the religious activities, but for Tawakkalna, you can apply this pass or permit to access locations to many locations. Okay, for example, you want to visit the mall, okay, the shopping mall, okay, the shopping complex, so any other places, premises. So you just use Tawakkalna application. So including other activities. For example, you want to have the party, right, of 50 people. Okay, you can use also this application to get the permit. So basically, this is the way the government control the movement of the people, and they believe the technology, the digital media, can help the governments to decide on which policy to be dropped and which policy to be maintained, and what kind of regulation that we need to create in the future. So I think technology indeed helping the people, not only the governments, but also the people, ordinary people, common people like us here. Okay, so we get benefit a lot from the applications, so that we can, be strong, right? Be sure that we are safe, right? We can go to places without any worries and so on. So this is really a good practice, and I believe Indonesia also have a huge application. And as we know that Indonesia has so many experts in ITs, right? Just like Taiwan and also China, Singapore. So many countries, they use this application or similar applications to protect the people and to manage or to control the COVID-19. I think that's it because of time. Okay, that's it from me. So I believe the question and answer session will be now or next. Okay, so I will go back the floor to the moderator. And again, very good morning to all of you, and thank you to all of you. Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikh Muhammad Subhan Ishaq from Saudi Arabia. The question and answer session will be in the end of all the presenters. Sheikh. Okay, and then I think we have already have Dr. Nachimutu Mani, MA MPhil from the Department of Economics, Erode Arts and Science College, India, as the next presenter and also the last presenter. Dr. Mani?
Yes, good morning. Very good morning to all of you.
Thank you, Doctor. So you have 15 to 20 minutes to present.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind invitation for this fourth international conference. And you have selected a novel topic for this conference, and you have relate the sustainability and the digital media since there is a severe lockdown everywhere after COVID-19, and this kind of a media is necessary. Before that, the whatever be the technological development may be, we are not having a vision on how to visualize the future, how to face the disaster, such kind of a disaster, how digital can be used in a disastrous condition. That the world technologists, scientists are, I think, they're forget or they are not able to imagine in such a situation we have faced. And I think the normalcy is coming down, and in such a situation our university has organized this fourth international conference, and I am very proud to be part of this international conference organized by the University of Serambi, Dhaka. And I wish to submit, I thank the organizers for inviting me to present my views on this focal theme. First of all, my focal theme is that in this academic conference, Madam, you may please share my PPT, Madam.
Okay.
Here, yeah, please. Yeah. Thank you, Professor. I have chosen a small topic within our larger topic, or you have given a large scale scope for discussion to getting some insights for future course of time. In such a situation, I have selected one topic, that is sustainable digital learning, very particularly in higher education, including to some extent school education, and challenges and its opportunities. In such a way, I have framed my presentation. I request all the audience at the international arena as to give your hearts for my presentation. Dear friends, when we discuss about this COVID has posed many challenges. In that challenges, when all of us are the academicians, we know that we can able to classify all these kinds of crises into four categories. Number one, it is in general, it is a health crisis. Basically, COVID-19 is a health crisis, so that it is a health crisis. Then this health crisis, which leads to economic crisis and educational crisis, both in the higher education and secondary education. It is the educational crisis and crisis of the people, those who are vulnerable sections, not only in our India, but also at the global level. The people, those who are vulnerable, those who are working class, those who are poor, if when the doors are shut down, They are not able to made to use the minimum livelihood. Certain governments has feed certain things. In certain governments, it is not able to feed at the maximum level. However, in general, there is a vulnerability in this crisis. So these are the major crises when the COVID-19 pandemic affected our world. Next, Professor. Next, please. When we consider about very particularly educational crisis, we have also educational crisis. In the educational crisis, we can classify these crises again into four categories. That is one, the teaching and learning methods, and two, crisis in school education. Of course, the teaching learning methods are in general it is common, but for school and higher education or school, college and university, it is differ. There is a large scale difference in teaching learning methodology. So we can classify and we can understand the crisis of school education and the higher education, and the crisis in evaluation system that everyone in the academic field know very well. How this school education, either in secondary education or in our higher education, how examinations to be conducted, how it has to be evaluated. Such kind of a issue has occurred. Thank you, madam. Next. The next one is this kind of a crisis because of COVID-19 in education. What we have to understand? What we have to understand from this? What we have to learn? What this COVID-19 has posed for us? That is number one. Already, when we are having a teaching plan, we are having a plan. We have no strategic plan. We have no a vision on planning of teaching. So in the future course of time, when we make it as sustainable, any kind of disaster should not be affected the teaching learning process. Means then we must have two plans. That is one strategic plan and another one is the visionary plan. We have to imagine, we have to visualize based on the current COVID-19 pandemic experience, so that every institution not must have a strategic plan and then the vision. And then we have to train, we have to understand what is on campus, what is off campus, what are the things to be thought in off campus, and what are the things to be thought in the off campus. Such kind of a understanding, such kind of a clarity is necessary today. This is one of the learning from COVID-19. Then another learning from the COVID-19 is the changes in outdated methods in teaching and learning. Dear friends, very particularly when the COVID-19 affected and the institutions were closed down, very particularly the senior faculties, either in school or in the colleges or in the universities, they are academically sound. They are having full-fledged knowledge in their subjects, but they are having their conventional method of teaching. Once the teaching has been affected because of COVID-19, the colleges and universities were closed, then this very particularly the senior people not able to do anything. Apart from that, of course, the younger faculty comparatively, though they are not aware a technology or a teaching learning method which is suitable in a COVID-19 pandemic situation, they could be able to learn, they could be able to pick up, they could be able to use the technological devices. But the senior faculties, those who are abundant knowledge, they're not able to use their methodologies. Within few days of a declaration of COVID-19, their higher level of teaching methodologies, which was followed hundreds of years, has become outdated within few days. So it is a terrible situation. They are not able to realign in their teaching learning methodologies. Then the learning or the understanding because of the COVID-19, before COVID-19, we are not having a priority. We are having just a teaching plan. That's all. There is no priority. We are academic calendar. We are having academic calendar. We are having academic performance. There are academic activities, but there is no academic priority all. So this COVID-19 posed to prepare, or it asked, or it ordered us to get ready to prioritize the academic activities. If there is a pandemic, what could be the priority? What we have to do? Such kind of a realignment and academic priorities. These are the understanding that we are. These are the learning that we are getting from the COVID-19. Next one. Next please. Yeah. Then governance. The governance system. I think no need to explain more in this particular point, because the conventional type of governance of universities and colleges are not they are not able to use this governance system. Governance also become outdated, so that there is a need for a governance system in the pandemic situation. Another understanding that we had from the COVID-19 is that blended learning approach. We have to plan for a learning offline and online. The blended learning approach means we have to understand, we have to plan, we have to think over. We must have a strategic plan that what kinds of things which can be given through the digital mode, and what kind of things which can be given in the on campus. Such kind of a blending methodology is essential. This is one of the experience or learning which we have in the COVID-19 pandemic period. Then either in the human capital or in the physical capital. In the human capital, whoever, I already mentioned this particular point, our teachers, our professors, our academicians are experts, well-versed, but they are not able to teach. Their human capital is not usable. There is a high amount of capital within them. They have invested a large amount of knowledge within them, but it is not able to be used. Like that, when we are investing in education in the physical capital, what kind of a physical capital is more important? Either construction of buildings or other kind of decorative cheer infrastructure facilities, or investing more in the digital mode. This pandemic shows us that we have to, the physical capital, the authorities or the government and the government has to concentrate on digital capital. The physical capital there should be a concentration on digitalization. More capital is needed for physical investment. So in such type of necessity, it poses some changes in human capital as well as physical capital. And this is very important, that is the reputational capital. In many of the times we are not think about this reputational capital, but here the COVID-19 posed a challenge, and it made us to understand there must be a reputation for the institution. We must concentrate on reputation. For creation of reputation, we have to invest more physical and human capital. If there is no reputation at all, there may be people, there may be infrastructure, but there will not be admissions in the campus. So that when the pandemic occurs, we have to, at that situation, we have to increase the reputations of the institutions. We can term this reputation as a form of capital. Thank you. Thank you, Professor. Next. Yeah. Then enrichment of knowledge at affordable cost. This shows that the pandemic situation gives us, doors are closed. Almost the universe has been closed. But one who is having a very good digital device technology in his hand, he can increase his knowledge. He can become a highly knowledgeable person without investing more. In those days, when we discussing and when we point out about Adam Smith, how Adam Smith gained so much amount of knowledge, what are the situations behind him to write this Wealth of Nations in 1976? How he became the father of economics means he has entertained, he has traveled extensively to various clubs, seminars, conferences, and some other places all over England. In such kind of a situation, he need more money for that purpose. He has to attend physically everywhere. He has to see everything in physically. So he need more time, he need more money, and he has to spend his life and time and energy on that. Then he can able to acquire. Now, everyone, we could able to understand that our Serambi Mecca University arranged this global fourth conference. Every one of us is assembled here, and we are getting knowledge, we are getting experience. We could able to dialogue, make dialogue, meaningful dialogue. This kind of a meaningful dialogues which leads to change the world. Change, it gives more benefits to the society. So that what we could able to understand is that this kind of a pandemic situation which has increased digitalization. Through the digitalization, we could able to get more amount of knowledge with an affordable cost. The interaction with the intellectuals that I already explained, then opportunities for changes in evaluation system. This is more important, I think. Our evaluation system, more or less in many countries, very particularly in the developing countries, the evaluation system is age old. is outdated. It is not up to the current academic level. We could not able to assess the students or scholars with the existing method of evaluation system. But we are not aware, or we are not care that our evaluation system is very bad. It is outdated. We are not having, we are not take meaningful dialogues to change the evaluation system. But this COVID-19 pandemic situation gives us an opportunity to change our evaluation methodology. And then about the qualitative online education is only that already we can able to qualitative online education only for this is at the same time we are getting this kind of digitalization is take place. We can able to get affordable the knowledge. We can enrich the knowledge in affordable cost. But this is for whom? But this is for whom? This is for people, those who are affordable for the technology, modern technology, so that those who are not able to use this affordable technology, they cannot able to get the quality education or quality knowledge. And some of the so far I have discussed the things which are advantages. These are some demerits or some of the lacunas of this digitalization. That is the missing interaction. Physical interaction is not possible in this type of a situation with the teachers, and lack of teacher contact, physical contact, that is more important. Physical contact. Students are here. I'm not able aware of the Indonesia or the other participants joined in this conference. Our students, those very particularly in South India, very particularly in Tamil Nadu, the students are not interested to join in the online mode for teaching. The attendance is very poor. When we ask them to come directly, at least 65 to 75% of the students are joining in the physical mode. When we ask them to join, it is only less than 30%. Why? Because they are not interested in the online. Of course, this kind of arrangements, that is the international conference which we are conducting, we could able to get more knowledge with very, very less cost. But students are not interested. That is in the those who are studying in the colleges, not in the digital mode. They are interested in physical mode. And lack of collaborative, that is also more important. Collaborativeness is important, either in school or college. Very particularly, the students are those who are from vulnerable sections, those who are working class, those who are poor, those who are coming with so many problems, so many pains to the college. They could able to forget, first of all, their family problems, pains and strains, and they could able to have a collaborative method of learning. Now this is missing. And technological difference, whatever be the, even for those who are having higher amount of knowledge, higher amount of money, they ready to invest more. Technology is not helps them. Technology is different. Even they are ready to invest. Next, madam. I think time is getting. Then decline in supervision of teachers. That I think no need to discuss elaborately. And also fluid assessment. That also we have discussed. Assessment. There are problems in assessment. And when the assessment, that is the evaluation is taken place, the assessment also very fluid, and this is also one of the demerits of this kind of we have to find solution for all these things. The decline in hands-on training. Hands-on training is more important, but here the hands-on training, whatever be the hands-on training, of course we can able to arrange, but this is decline when compared with physical hands-on training. This will be this is in a declining. Then the poor time management when in the physical At the earlier stage, they tell that those who are in this particular mode, wherever people are there, they can able to join. But at the same time, over a period of time, they find that the time management is poor in such type of it is not in an organized manner, so that the time management is poor. I am one of the example for this. I could not able to join for this conference in time. Yeah, thank you. Next.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah,
Dr.
Madam, I think that there are only few points I read out
Okay,
the inclusive digital hiring. Yeah, yeah. Then finally, what I wish to tell is that there is a inclusiveness to remove the disparities, to remove the bottlenecks, to remove the demerits in the digitalization and sustainability. Some kind of a inclusiveness is essential. That is the holistic admission should be take place, and the digitalization has to be take place at the institutional level, not at the individual level. This is more important. Every institution has to be digitalized, and the people, those who are very poor, very rich, middle class people, everyone is coming to their college or university, they can able to enjoy the facilities. So that institution should be digitalized, not individuals should be digitalized. And then next, academic and non-academic poor, marginal and disadvantaged the students, those are from marginalized communities, disadvantaged, they are having some problems, so that should be removed. Next, please. Yeah, yeah. And the digital compensation. This is one of the important word that I wish to use here. That those who are not able to have digital devices, that should be given for the people. Where the digital connectivity is not available, that has to be provided immediately. This kind of a compensation is called as digital compensation. That has to be done. That is it. Then effective measures for physically challenges. Physically, how the physically challenged students are not able to access, or what are the problems faced for them when they are accessing these things. That has to be addressed. Yes, thank you. I think I finished. Yeah. Thanks for this wonderful opportunity. Really, it is a pleasant hearing for me. I have joined here with a little bit late, and this is a wonderful arrangement. There are so many speakers, and you are the area that the vertical and horizontal people, those who are selected for presentation. That is good. Once again, I thank all of you. I wish to come there for your university directly, physically at one time. After all these situations over, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Mani from Erode Arts and Science College, India. Okay, audience, now we are entering the question and answer session. We have already had the questions. Firstly, I want to address the questions from Professor Isha to Sheikh Dr. Subhan. The question is, all Jama'ah need permission to enter Masjid al-Haram and Masjid Nabawi. Isn't it a problem, especially for older people, because they need permission 5 times a day? Share Dr. Subhan. Oh, okay. I think Sheikh Dr. Subhan is not connected. Okay, now let's go on to a question from Ms. Sabrina, our chairperson, to Dr. Mani. Okay, Dr. Mani, the question is, does the government in India require all teachers and students to be vaccinated? Because in Indonesia, all students and teachers should be vaccinated. The government requires that. And what do you think about the measure? Please, Dr. Mani. We cannot hear you. You are still not audible.
Madam, excuse me, that this is regarding the vaccination, isn't it? Once again, please read the question, madam, please.
Does the Indian government require all teachers and students to be vaccinated?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what do you think about the measure and the government action?
Yeah, everyone who has joined in this conference knows about very well about the population of our nation, that is in India. But for the, all this huge population, our government has vaccinated, and it has made compulsory. The vaccination is made compulsory, and it is a mandate. If the teachers and non-teaching staff, both in school and college, if they wish to come to the college, they have to vaccinate. If they are not willing to vaccinate, and they are asked to go on compulsory leave, they are not permitted in the campus. This is one point. And in the schools and colleges, and the large scale vaccination campaign has been take place, so that every student, I think so, in our very particularly in our college and other colleges also, the first dose of vaccination is over for all the students. For us, for teaching, all the 2 doses are over. For students, first dose is over, and they are waiting for the second dose of vaccine. In schools, it is mandatory for the teachers and non-teaching staff. And in the public domain also, there is where it is take place, a large scale campaign has been take place. Now these vaccination teams coming to the streets, and they are vaccinating the people, so that the apprehensions which are earlier, that has been removed. And I think around 100 doses was crossed 10-15 days back, and now our state, Tamil Nadu, in South India, it has crossed more than 50% of full vaccination.
Okay. Thank you for the answer, Dr. Mani.
Thank you.
And then we also have questions for Professor Muhammad Isha Awang.
Okay.
Okay. The question is from Bapak Muslim Daud, PhD. Okay. The question is how to conduct a digital learning assessment concerning its management. Do you suggest to be conducted by individuals, schools, or university, or related to ministry or federal government?
Okay, thank you very much for the Dr. Muslim for the question. So when we talk about the assessment, so it can be implemented formative and summative assessment. Then formative assessment can be throughout during teaching teaching and learning activities. The summative assessment at the end of the semester. Both assessment can be conducted online and can be conducted by individual school or university. For summative can be handled by teacher and also coordinate centrally by specific agency like a ministry or a federal government. I think that's all.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, and then we also have another presentation for Dr. Isha, Professor Isha. The question is, I need your suggestion concerning to the way of improving digital literacy when creating modern classroom. How to do that?
Beg your pardon, not clear. Can I have read any question in the chat?
Yeah, the questions is just being resent in the chat box.
Checkbox. Okay.
The last message.
The last.
Can you see it now, sir?
I cannot see it now.
How to improve digital literacy?
How?
In creating modern classroom. How to improve digital literacy for both students and teachers?
How to improve it?
How to improve digital literacy?
Or how to improve the, okay, I'm clear about presentation. Okay, I need your suggestions. Okay,
Yeah, that one, sir.
okay. I need your suggestion of to improve digital literacy is we create a modern classroom. How to do that? Okay, for the modern classroom, so maybe we as a teacher or lecturer, maybe we can use the method of student-centered learning. So, and then we can give more assignment or more tasks on using online learning. Maybe we can create the any project, then we ask students to respond in online learning simultaneous, okay, on the real situation. And then also the student or teacher or also lecturer need to have any what you call a certain course, intensive certain course to improve the level of digital literacy.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Professor Isha.
Thank you very much.
Or maybe other audiences, any questions, you can just ask directly. Boleh langsung bertanya apabila ada pertanyaan dari audiens. Boleh langsung dibuka audionya. Kalau tidak bisa buka audio, bisa raise hand biar dibantu sama host kita. Any questions? Ada pertanyaan dari audiens? Any questions, audience? Any question? Mr. Zailani, any questions? Oh iya, Bapak Halim menanyakan daftar hadir sebentar ya Pak.
Hello. Hello. Somebody passed the question to me because he has some problem with the connection. He asked a question to Dr. Xiao Chen-Teng from Taiwan. Is she still with us? And the question is, what about the current situation of COVID-19 in Taiwan? Because we heard that in different countries right now they face the third Delta something. Does it happen in Taiwan? And this also he asked after the question, the answer from Taiwan, also from Professor Mani from India. Dr. Hasio Chen-Teng. Thank you, Ibu Moderator.
I think Dr. Chen is already disconnected. She's no longer with us, sir.
All right. If not, someone who passed a question to me want also to listen the answer from Professor Mani. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ibu Moderator.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Here I have answered about the vaccination situation prevailing in India, and now the status of COVID-19 in India. It is at the lowest level, and it is around every day the reporting cases. Say, for example, in our state, that is one of the big state in South India, around 700 cases are reported. And in all over India, it is around 10,000 cases every day. There is a reporting. This is one point. And the vaccination has take place at a large scale. 50% of the population has completed the second dose. That is second. Then third thing is after the schools and colleges are opening, our governments are feeling that now there are alternative sessions. One day it is online mode, and another day it is offline mode. Such kind of a system is prevailing, but the government is planning to remove such kind of a system, and it is going to make shortly the full-fledged offline classes for both schools and colleges. This is the third thing. And fourth one is that examinations, regarding the examinations. In the past, that is the 2 semesters in universities and colleges were conducted on the online mode, and now it is the complete online mode of conducting the examination, because there are so many issues, so many problems, because we are not able to monitor, we are not able to supervise such kind of a system, which terribly affect the assessment. The assessment that I have mentioned already, that the evaluation has been flagged, so that it was totally controlled, or the government has stopped. One unique, I think, many people may know about through the media, that in our Tamil Nadu, the students are agitating, or they wish to have the examination system in the online mode. Since they are having some advantage to write it in the online mode, they wish to have it, even though the pandemic is over, the COVID-19 infections are drastically reduced. They are demanding to have the examination in online. But that was categorically rejected by the government, and the government has given some time, some more 2 weeks or 3 weeks, more than the regular time. Here, 90 days, 90 working days are necessary for writing the examination. And this 19 working days is completed within the first week of December in Tamil Nadu. So that he has given, the government has given more than 1 month. It has ordered to write the examination in January 20 onwards. So this is the system, and the scientists told that are assured that there is no scope for the third wave, since there is a large scale vaccination is taking. Even there is vaccination, sorry, even this infection, that infection is mild for the people, those who are vaccinated. There is no mortality. The are very, very meager mortality, fatality for the vaccinated people. So that even there is some point, some vaccine, some kind of infection state that will be over. There are very, very less number of cases are reported. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Professor.
Okay, there is one more question for you, Professor Dr. Mani, from one of our students, Arfan Saleh. Yeah. So the question is the coronavirus pandemic almost over? Because the current decline, the cases in the current situation is already declining.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, madam.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
further.
the coronavirus pandemic is declining. Yeah. Hopefully it will come to an end soon, Doctor. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Mani.
Yeah.
Okay, if there are no more questions, I think it is our time to end the session. Thank you for all keynote speakers and also for all the audiences, all the questions. It is an honor to have every one of you here. Hopefully, we can have future events together again. Before we end the sessions, let's have photo session.
Okay.
Yeah, please open all of the camera. Audiences, please open your camera. Oh, okay, yeah. We have 238 participants in this room. Yeah, please everybody open the camera. Oke, semua partisipan mohon buka kameranya, mohon diaktifkan videonya, partisipan, karena sedang photo session. All participants, please open your camera. Please activate your camera.
Buka kamera. Kalau nggak ada 4 orang nggak kasih sertifikat nih.
I think some of them may be unable to open their camera.
Oh,
I think so.
fine.
Yeah.
A lot of participants already have IT team. Udah? Oke, udah Bu.
Satu.
Udah tutup aja terus. Terima kasih untuk
Oke,
semuanya.
thank you for everyone. Terima kasih untuk semuanya. See you again in the next event and next conferences. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh. For participants, don't forget we still have the parallel session starting from 1:30. For you who want to join, yep, yeah, stay tuned and come back 1:30 or 1. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Putar video lagi, putar videonya.
di USM. Ya, TP-nya tanggal 16.
Yeah. Yeah.